Deep Clue C here. Okay, so tell us what the commander is. What did you do? What cards did you cut? Where are we going?
All right. So main one that we're going to focus on here is Morska, Undersea Sleuth. The other one's dealing with dogs, and we're just not going to go there.
Right.
But it's green, white, blue, 2/3. You have no max hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, investigate, and whenever you draw your second card each turn, put 2/1/1 counters on Morska. So it's
are you doing
turn it
this
into
as
a clue deck.
I was gonna say, but are you Voltroning with this because she's getting tokens? No,
Just go and do the clues. And
All right.
even
your
when we
favorite,
do
investigating with clues, right?
Yeah.
We have two
Right.
words for the same thing, kind of, in a way.
And
'cause-
so it'll be interesting. I think it's just more like drawing more cards, Voltrons them anyway. And so it makes them huge. You can go and get some evasion if you want. Definitely get a couple of cards that help them get through. But,
so what
some
is
of
the angle that you're? Well, tell me the angle when we get to that. What are the cards we're cutting? How many were you cutting here?
we're gonna cut 10 again.
Woo!
I was aiming for 10/10. I feel like that's fair.
That's a good number.
But Graph Mole, whenever you sack a clue, gain 3 life. Random gain
that
life stuff just
one?
ain't necessary.
Tell me
It's
CMC.
like green and 2 colorless.
So 4?
No, I think it's 1 green, and I hope if it's 4, then it was a definite easy cut.
Where is it? Graph Mole? So
Is
starting
it-
with the G?
Yeah.
Why
Another
am
one,
I
Hornet
not
Queen. It's just too big. You don't need it. There's a little bit of a token theme in here, but don't worry about it.
Why am I
second from
not
the bottom. Second from the
Oh.
bottom.
What?
Yeah,
Why am
so
I
it's
not
3
seeing it?
mana, 2/4.
Oh, Graph
It's
Mole.
okay.
Okay.
You just had it
I was
there.
looking for the Hornet
It's-
Queen at that
it's
point. I
such-
gave up on the
it's-
mole. Why is it there? Like everything else goes with this. No, it doesn't. Actually, they don't
No,
have it in
doesn't.
order.
It's very random.
Yeah, this is
from
really
where things
fucking
are.
random. Okay. And then you said
All right.
Hornet Queen, which
Hornet
should
Queen
be up there.
is
Yeah.
too big. Yeah, 7 mana. Makes a bunch of tokens. There is a bit of a theme here, but
They like
the
to put
theme
this in,
should-
in commander decks, and I don't understand why.
right.
It's not.
The theme should be drawing more cards or enabling
let's
drawing
just,
more cards.
Let's just throw this in here for no reason. Okay, what's your next one?
Cut Finale of Revelation as well. This is the blue X spell sorcery that draws you more cards. Again, it's each turn whenever you draw your second one, not whenever you draw a ton of cards
Right.
in one go.
And
You
this is
should
a
have enough
sorcery, so
cards.
you're not going to be able to
Right.
do it on other people's stuff. So
Right.
Yep.
So, and then also when you tap out to draw as many cards as you can, you're wasting those other turns from drawing. Cutting Organic Extinction, which is it's destroying all non-artifact creatures. You have like 6 artifact creatures in this deck.
not
What the
letting
fuck
me
is
show
this
it.
here?
Yeah.
Like, don't do it. It's that one. It was right above it.
yeah, I know. I just can't
So-
get it to show the whole thing. But there we go. Oh, there it is.
It's don't do that one. Confirm Suspicions. I don't even remember that one.
It feels
fun,
like it's
good.
an enchantment.
It could be.
Why don't I know that one? Confirm. I don't remember.
Next one, Simic Scene.
Oh, there it
Signet.
is. It's a
Oh.
instant counter target.
Counterspell
So,
that
yeah, that's
investigates
why.
3
Yeah.
times. 5 mana counterspell. Cut all your counterspells. You don't need them anyway.
Exactly.
But also holding up 5 mana
For
when you wanna
yeah,
be killing burning clues is not what you want to be doing. Simic Signet, get rid of that ramp. Either I don't have to tell you, just go get a land instead of an artifact. Aerial Extortionist. This is 5 mana creature that whenever it ETBs or attacks, you exile a creature.
I don't like how they do that. There it is. Got it.
That one, yeah. So I don't even like that one. Anyway, it's probably good. Some
I-
people really like it.
I use it in Duke, but that's because I'm making multiple copies.
Right.
And so then I'm exile, and yeah, all that fun stuff.
I'm also cutting Cosmos Serpent here. It's because it's a token based. Like I'm just trying to cut some of the token stuff. He's a good card. You just don't need him in this deck if you're going to go more clue like. Fumigate, destroying all creatures, gaining life. I also in permanent based or creature based decks, I don't want to destroy my creatures.
I think
if you've fallen behind and you need to wrath, just let them win. They did their thing.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I
it's
think
fine. Move on to the next game.
I think this
and
is
go
the
more into your
reason
theme.
why Wraths are so cheap is because they shove them in every single fucking precon. They're like, oh, this
Probably.
deck needs about 7 more of these Wraths. Let's just throw it here and here and here, like for no apparent reason. But okay, yeah.
Right. And then the last one is Magnifying Glass. It's an artifact that can tap for a colorless or 4 and create a clue. You're not going to do it. You're not going to make a clue out of it. It's not. Oh, it's 3 mana. That's bad. That's like a straight bad card. All right.
All
Don't play
right.
with it.
So let's get to your. Hang on. Let me get out of the blame game one. And let's get over to. What the hell? There we go. We are in Deep Clue C. Let's get into your ads. How many? We're adding 10 here. First 2 here on the ad list. Ooh, I like the Arcbound.
All right. Arcbound Crusher. Whenever an artifact comes into play, put a 1/1 counter on it. It has modular, so if it dies, you can put those 1/1 counters on another artifact creature. It's gonna get big. You're making clues. Those clues count. Other people are playing artifact ramp. That will make him bigger. He has trample.
And then even
It's
when
gonna
he
do
dies,
work
you can
in-
shift these over to another artifact creature. So
Yeah. Like this one, Cyberdrive Awakener. This is going to, it has flying, 6 mana, and then other artifact creatures you control have flying, and then whenever it enters the battlefield until end of turn, each non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with
Ooh.
base power and
so your
toughness
clues.
4/4.
Yeah, that's a really good
Right.
ad there. I
So
like
if
that.
you aren't able, like if you're noticing that your clues are sticking around and you're not able to use them all, like this turns them into a finisher. There's another creature that turns your clues into attacking creatures as well in the precon. That's new. So if you got 2 of those, you got a chance to win with clues.
Next 2.
Dispatch. They have Swords of Plowshare in there. I didn't cut it, but if you're in an artifact based deck where you're making if you have a bunch of artifacts, run Dispatch. It's Metalcraft, exile a creature. Your drawback is having artifacts. Like there's nothing wrong there.
Yeah.
So next one is
New
Forensic
card. New card here.
Gadgeteer. Yeah, this was on our top 10.
Yep.
I really like this. But whenever you cast an artifact spell, investigate. So
Get
it's
a
going
clue.
to really ramp up that investigation. And then also activated abilities of artifacts you control cost 1 less. This effect can't reduce it by 1. So clues are 1. to draw a card.
Fantastic.
That's huge.
2
in
is
this kind of
2 is
deck.
fair to draw a card off your clues, but 1 is just awesome. That's fantastic.
You're going to be able to hit that draw a lot easier there.
Mhm.
Next one is Grand Architect. Other blue creatures get +1/+1, so a little bit of a boost. You can turn artifact creatures blue, and then you can tap. This is the big thing right here. Tap, untap blue creatures you control to add 2 mana to your pool. Spend it to cast artifact spells or activated abilities of artifacts.
Oh, so you tap that blue creature, and then you're able to draw with your clues, sacring that clue and drawing off of that. I like that.
Exactly.
Good
And this
idea.
is not, it doesn't worry about summoning sickness. So if you play Grand Architect, you can tap Grand Architect right away to sack a clue. And so you can hold all that back and do whatever you want. Like, it's a fantastic card, again, in artifact or equipment blue decks. It's really good there. Next one.
Yeah, I know you're
Drink.
trying to take a drink. Lodestone Mirror. There you go.
Lodestone Mirror. This one is Trampling Mirror, but you can tap an untapped artifact.
Pretty
you control.
self-explanatory. You get your
Gets
clues.
+1/+1 until end of turn. Your clues don't tap to activate and draw the card, so you can tap them for other things and still use the 2 and sack it to draw a card. So
Good
get
to
some
know
extra
there. Yeah, that's a good point.
deals out of it.
Yep. Oh,
Next one,
Cameos makes it in here too. I like it.
Well, that's the question. I don't know where that's at right now, but Sarah Steel Seeker. Whenever an artifact ETBs for you, you get to look at the top card. If it's a land, it goes in your hand. If it's not, you can put it into your graveyard. You don't have much graveyard synergies here, but just removing a land from the top and moving forward can be really good. Tamio's Journal. This is the one that's probably more and puts me over my limit of $20. I don't know where it's at. I did not check since Saturday. But it's 5 mana legendary artifact. At the beginning, investigate of your upkeep. And then you can tap it, stack 3 clues, search your library for a card, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. So it's a tutor on a stick that's on theme. It's in fluctuation right now.
Yeah, but we'll see where that's actually.
There's plenty of clues going on.
When you looked at it, it was very
proper.
low.
Yeah, what was it? When I looked at it, it was $1. So there's a lot of different weird. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to. There's a lot of weird entries for the flavor text, and so when it comes to whatever it is, there was versions that were $3, $4, $5, but they had different different number, and they were a lot cheaper. So you can go and find those maybe still. It just depends on how much is moving at this point. But I just suggest getting one at least. Thorough investigation is the next one. 2 and a white enchantment. Whenever you attack, investigate, and then whenever you sack a clue, venture into a dungeon. There are 3 dungeons to choose between, and you can choose whatever one you so wish, and you're going to be investigating, sacking clues.
I wish it was the Undercity, because that is so much better than the dungeons, but that's pretty sweet. Sacrificing a clue, you get a little bonus added onto it, and then you're getting clues by just attacking, so dig that. And then your last card on this ad list here.
Victory Chimes. Now, this is maybe a little bit of a weird one, but I really like Victory Chimes in any deck that is looking for once a turn, because it adds more mana that way. You're more so instead of, let's say this just tap for 1, and even if it was 2 mana in a round, I'm going to be able to get 4 mana off of it, my turn, and the 3 next. And so if I hold open 3 mana for the other turns, I'm going to be able to sack clue, clue, clue. Now, you got to do a little bit more with this one, where you got to draw 2 more cards. But this is the 4 mana card per round, rather than just tapping it for a mana.
Mm-hmm.
And when it cares about that, it's good. I really like it in Calamax, because I want to be able to cast an instant per spell. It's going to likely go into my Tesa. I like it in, it's very similar to like Prize Pig with food, which is whenever you gain 3 life, it gets on tap and it taps for a mana, which is basically tapping to sacrifice a food. And then you can do that again and do it a bunch. So it's like having a clue per turn on that cost. The 3 is the part that's rough, but I just do kind of really like it as a personal preference.
You're in a 2-color deck, or is it a 3-color? It's a 2, right?
This one is 3-color.
It is 3. Okay.
So, you're questioning me. That's fine. You do what you want. You don't have to add it in.
What's your budget? What'd your total budget come to there?
$18.62. I said, the journal might go up, and thorough investigation seemed to be having a lot of movement as well. So if you're listening to this and you're interested in clues, I'd go and get those 2 cards if they're still cheap. Because I was seeing the journal for $1, and then where the fuck did that go?
Well, I mean, with a lot of these, when you're dealing with,
it was like $250 for thorough investigation at that point.
Whenever you're dealing with, I would say more of like when you're dealing with tribal decks, and then there's certain cards that aren't in there. Like if you're elves and it's an elf deck, it's going to make these other cards go up as soon as the decks are coming out or close to. So when we're looking at it, it might be a budget, and then maybe if somebody's watching this video a couple weeks later, it's no longer budget anymore. So it just kind of depends. If you like this deck, jump on that. Okay, so that is the budget part. When we move into this,
Mr.
Unlimited budget, no budget. Oh, we got some familiar cards with Esper Sentinel in there again, but you added another one.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to not add into any or every white deck, right? Also, it helps with if we're going to say that it's on theme, it helps with drawing 2 cards per turn, so you can wait. Like maybe you only have 1 clue open, wait until you draw off of that, and then you can draw the second card to put 2 counters on your commander. Hey, that works. Anointed Procession, make more clue tokens.
There you go.
Let's
Double
do that.
It up.
Yep. Gotta reach Sanitarium. That is a land that I really, really like, and it helps you draw another card. Now there are a lot of like, you could add in, I don't even know. I do have Ristic Study, but Mox Opal, 0 mana rock comes into play. Metalcraft.
You're playing artifacts, so
You play an artifact. Parallel Lives again, doubling your
Procession.
tokens. Ristic Study, just trying to draw more cards. Urza's High Lord.
Lord High.
Hi, Lord.
Hi.
But tapping those clues for blue mana just to be able to, it's that having their ability or just tapping 2 clues to
To
sack
give you
one.
mana. You also have the mana part to it, which is really nice.
Right. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So those are the ones right there.
All right, so that was Deep Clue C.